Alright, I'm just gonna dive headfirst into what Guns Up is. Guns Up is a top-down game where you build a base and then you attack other people's bases. Simple enough, except it's really not in the end. You have a bunch of different structures that you can get that help you out along the way. So, I'm just going to start at the front of my base and kind of explain. These are barrels. They do nothing but sit there, look pretty, and eventually just go BOOM! And do crap tons of damage and leave some fire on the ground. And there's also gas barrels, but do the exact same thing except with gas. And gas is a lot longer lasting status effect that's pretty freaking scary. It does less damage than fire, but, well, it's guaranteed to kill off more people. Now, this is a tank trap. It acts as cover for 2 people. That's why it says cover points 2. It's pretty crappy cover, and it's really difficult to get destroyed, so that's what makes them decent. Because there are units that will easily destroy your structures, including sandbags. Sandbags at the same build cost, however, hold 1 more person and provide better cover, but they have less health. This is the large sandbags holds 5 people, so units will hide at the sandbag, gain a range bonus, a defensive bonus that can stop bullets from hitting them, and it's pretty useful overall, although they won't move. Here we have walls. These block line of sight, and they have high health. That's what makes them pretty useful, because as you can see right here, they cannot go through here unless they blow up these walls, which is quite difficult for how much health they have. There's a small crack here, sadly, that they can see, so I might end up demolishing this rock later down the line, which is what dynamite is used for up at the top. Here we have some bunkers. These are high fire rate, low damage, high health structures. Pretty much just machine gun nests. I recommend putting a good number of points into these and then putting them up front so they get shot first. This is a sniper tower. Really slow, but they have long, narrow ranges that widens out at the end. Instead of these, which, as you can see, that blue, is just everywhere. So this is some strict focus firing. So this sees just about to here. So as they come up here, they just get BAMmed! BAMmed! By that. This will shoot right at the entrance as well, and this gets some good cover as the entrance as well, although I might need to move it a little more forwards now that I think about it. Just so it can get a teensy bit better coverage. Oh yeah, L1 is pretty much where you see everything attack. It gets kind of annoying when you have so many things spread up everywhere, so you just kind of have to like guesstimate at the different shades of blue, which one's which, because you can see this, it goes out to here, and then starts the curve here. It takes a bit to get used to how this looks. Next up we have a mortar. Upgrading this gives it more damage and more things to fire out of, because they have a strict set cooldown that doesn't change, so editing how many they fire at once is pretty good. Now, mortars have this weird fire. You see this? This is not where they fire. This big circle is where they fire. And it's all indirect shells. Reason is, it can set off each of these barrels indirectly when enemies come by, and that's the only thing they fire at is enemies. If there is an enemy unit in the area, they will just start firing off. Oh, one last thing to mention about snipers. They have piercing shots, so if they kill someone, it will go forwards. Now here I have the second part of my base defensive. It's a bit lower level currently, but it has my anti-air defense. So anything in that blue ring there, where the anti-air is, literally cannot come in. So they can't call in missiles, bombing runs, paratroopers, anything that comes from the sky using aerial effects. So it's protecting these, my units that will set up these 2 sandbags, and the sniper tower, and my 2 tents. Tents are very important. They spawn units at set amount of intervals. I think they can only send out like 4 of that unit right now. So, that's fun. And next we have your HQ. This goes down ULOs. Now, there's a thing called veterans, which is when your unit stays alive for a while and pretty much just ranks up. All my veterans have died off due to battle, sadly, but we have different cards here. You have your squad, and you have special support cards. Special support cards are just things that your HQ will do while it's defending. I don't have many of those, but I have a special support, so my HQ will automatically throw down some paratroopers, which will fly into battle and start shooting at people. And then you have your squad. At a set amount of interval, which mine is every 60 seconds, so at the start of the battle it sends out a squad, and then every 60 seconds after it sends out a squad. Which is pretty important to note. It sends out 5 grunt units and 2 sharpshooters. Which is pretty good, because the grunts are just good cannon fodder, and the sharpshooters will knock out people from long range. Now we'll get into the barracks, which has all of your units. So here you have your grunt, who is just your basic, average, throwaway unit. They cost little, they deploy nicely, and that's pretty much all there is to them. Then you have salts, they're slightly better than grunts. They have machine guns instead of bolt-action rifles, so they can DPS a lot better, which ends up being pretty helpful, especially when you're trying to siege someone out. Here we have your grenade launcher unit. Slow, fires 1 shell at a time, so firing speed doesn't help this guy, it's all reload speed. They have some pretty decent health, and they do pretty good damage, especially since they have blast radius on theirs with AoE. It's great. So you start with these 3 units here, which is pretty nice. The first unit you can unlock is right here, the medic. I recommend buying this unit right out as soon as you can, because this will heal all of your units in an area around it, including another medic, but not itself. So if you have 2 medics, they will heal each other, but not themselves. If you have 3 medics near each other, it gets ridiculous because your medics are basically invincible, and whatever you have is invincible to anything but grenades and sniper fire at this point in the game, which is pretty fucking nice. Here we have your engineer, which will heal your buildings. It's pretty good. They have very short range and shotguns. I think they have 6 shots, if I remember right. And they have massive health that makes them hard to take down. Next, we have the flamethrower. They don't have as good health as the engineer, but they have slightly better range, so they can actually hide behind that. The reason their fire rate is only 1 is because they shoot a continuous stream of fire, and their damage is so low compared to other units, like the grenade launcher as a siege unit, and this guy, but this guy shoots pellets because it's a shotgun. They shoot fire, and that burns everything. It will siege the crap out of anything, and its 92 accuracy is just weird if you ask me. Next, we have sniper. They shoot 1 shot. They shoot it pretty slowly, and you just want to damage on them, so they can just one-shot everything. Next, you have rocket launcher, the bigger, better version of the grenade launcher that you can get much later down the line. I was saved up a while to get one of these guys, but it sieges really nicely. They have good health, they have great damage, and they just need a little bit of reload speed and some damage to really get some use out on them. Next, we have the Ranger. This is one of the earlier ones in the game, but I never picked it up. It's basically an assault on steroids, I've seen. Not that great. I've seen people use it. I rented them for a bit. These are the guys you call in with your airdrop, I think. And it might be good for that reason to pick them up, so you can put perks on them, which I will explain later. But other than that, I don't see a use of them. Sorry, it's earlier in the morning for me. I just woke up. Next, we have the machine gunner, which is the better version of the ranger and the assault. Great range, great fire rate, great damage, decent health, high deploy cost. You only get 1 of them per deploy, as you can see at count. Count is how many they send out when you hit that. But they will really tear someone open. So, if you want, you can grab these. I'm thinking about saving up for them now, but we'll see. And then finally, the last unit you can afford at level 30 is the Riot. It costs 450,000, I think? Or was it 800,000? It was a lot of stuff. And they have massive health, really short range, but they don't do damage. What they do is briefly stun things that they strike, units and structures, which makes them really useful. Next, you have the crate only, which is why you only buy unit crates, which I did like an idiot when I first started this, which I'm saving up now. Unit crates cost the most to open, by the way. This guy has no reload. He just has bullets. You give him fire rate, you give him accuracy, you give him damage, and he will tear through anything. Chemist is a very good card to put on defensive, because it acts like the flamethrower, except it doesn't destroy your buildings. It's amazing for that. This guy's the better grenadier. It shoots 6 cells at once at a target, and it has a fun thing that it can shoot over walls, which really helps for sieging someone out. Pretty much the better ranger. I haven't seen these used at all. I want to try them out, honestly, just because they look like they'd be a pretty decent unit. I've never seen anyone use them, so I want to know how good or bad they actually are. So we'll see in the end for them. Sharpshooter, the technically better sniper. They do less damage, they shoot more shots though. I personally would prefer the sniper because one shot, one kill plus piercing, but that's just me. There's much slower firing, but these guys are much faster firing and don't have the same accuracy. Plus they look ghetto. Next we have your sergeant. This is a pretty basic statted unit, you only get one of them, but they improve damage and accuracy of nearby units, which is pretty nuts actually. I mean, increasing the damage of anything is great, and increasing the accuracy would make engineers pretty OP units, as well as pretty much any other unit, to be honest. Like a bunch of grunts doing extra damage no matter what is good. Next we have the colonel. I'm not a fan of this guy. He has great health, ridiculous range, ridiculous damage. He has a 6-shot revolver, but the only issue with him is that he calls in a focus fire effect, which makes all of your units shoot one unit at a time. If you do a stun attack, he can target a structure or a bunch of units. If you use this on the fence, he's guaranteed to target units, pretty much, unless he gets close to the enemy's truck, which we will see later. And this is pretty interesting, if you ask me. But I'm not a fan of this guy. What I'm a fan of, and I'm really annoyed when I see it, is the surgeon. Pretty decent health. He's got a pretty bad pistol that does pretty bad damage at a pretty good range, but he revives units from dying, and it restores most of their health. If you get a bunch of these and they just start reviving everything, you win. What I recommend is, if early on you get it, medics and surgeons are your bread and butter, and then get engineers, and you will get a lot of veterans, because units that stay alive longer become veterans better. This is the card you use to get veterans. Getting a veteran surgeon means that you're a fucking lucky dick waffle. A veteran surgeon is really annoying. Now to just explain more of the HUD. At the top left, it shows you, and if you're in a clan, I'm in the Helldivers. We fight for liberty, not liberty, like freedom, like liberty, a good cup of liberty. You know what I'm talking about? It shows your level, how close you are to leveling up. Your dog tags, which is basically like your MMR system, I think. The more dog tags you have, the better people you fight. You can earn and lose dog tags by having your base attacked as well, and you just earn and win by winning. Gold is the paid currency, but there's a lot of ways to earn it, and it offers some pretty interesting discounts, especially when it's a free-to-play game that has some pretty bad gold conversion rates, but some very good exclusive things for it as well. Then you have your munitions, which is your easy to obtain currency that you use for pretty much everything, like upgrading your buildings, buying units, buying card packs, everything. And then you have your build points. Everything has a set number of build points. This right here is 2 build points. This right here is 2 build points. This massive thing is 40 build points. You need to calculate for that as well. Since they changed it that these can only crap out 4 units at a time, I will have to edit my base. I just can't have a massive pile of sandbags around. So I might be able to get another building or 2 because of it, which would be in my best interest as well. So we'll see what ends up happening. Your base power is just pretty much all of what you have out combined. Next you have this, you have your depot, which gives you your card packs, gold bundle things, your build things. So let's look at the card packs actually. So we'll start from the left. Dynamite. You don't buy this, you obtain too much. For 5,000 munitions, you can get 6 random attack cards. Pretty good, actually. Especially since you can convert those attack cards into perks and other fun things, which we'll get into perks in a moment. Here you have a common perk pack, common card pack, which is not just guaranteed to get you these, it's guaranteed to get you anything. Epic pack, which gives you 1 guaranteed great card and 1 rare, and no attack cards. The epic pack bundle. 3 epic counts at discount price. The legendary. Guaranteed 1 legendary and epic, and there are no commons, so it's all rares. An increased chance of a hero unit. A hero unit is a unit that has a 4th perk on it, which is crazy, and that 4th perk is ridiculously strong too. Here you have an elite card pack. 6 random cards, high chance of a hero, guaranteed 3 legendaries, and all epic rarity are high. That's ridiculous! That's just ridiculous. And if you save up enough, the 5,000 to 1 to get 3 of these. And it's just, oh my god, that's crazy. Here you can buy your golden bundles. So as you can see, that's 2,000 and 2,400, 20 bucks will get you 1 of these, which is crazy. So you have to pay, in theory, 1 of these and 1 of these, which is 40 bucks to get 1 of those. It's pricey, but it will set you out way too good. Here you have boosts. I don't recommend buying these at all with gold. You can just earn them naturally through everything in the game. You can customize your units, the colors, your banner, your army, and then you have your build, which is just pretty much, yeah, the stuff you build here. Going to Intel gives you things like your daily bonus for login and stuff. Nothing really important there. And here's your real importance. Unit crates, and it shows you what you get. You get 3 hats, which are slight boost to stats, and it's great that you can earn them for free. There's also a bundle which gives you special ops colors, plus some free hats to give you like 6% health bonus, or it's like 4%. It was pretty low, but it's great. It helps out. Some valor, which is used to upgrade your units and give them more perks, a common perk pack, and either a bonus unit, a hero perk, or a tier 4 perk, which is powerful. Never open these unless you really, really, really need the munitions, or you're opening them just because you have too many keys and you need hats. Open these once you have all of your special units you want, just so you can try to get better command cards. You can get free structures out of it, which is great. I mean, I opened one of these once, and I got a pretty good command card. I got my paratrooper one I'm using, and I got a sniper nest out of it, which helped out. You get 20 dynamite, 3 hats at random, and you can possibly get build points or another command card. It's really good. Next, you have your perks. There's, let's show this: bronze, silver, gold. Then there's purple ones, and I think there's like orange ones, and I haven't seen past orange yet. I think it's like some kind of crazy red color or something like that. No, but no, I haven't seen them. And frankly, I don't want to. They scare me. Then you have your attack cards. There's commons and rares for these only. So what I like to do is, right here, you can add 3 of the same card to potentially upgrade it if it's upgradable. This is one of the few that is. So you take 3 commons to make it a rare. And if you turn 3 rares in, you can make a better version of this, which I wouldn't recommend, considering I never use the Unicap Plus. It's not that great. It's a waste. You can turn them into a random rare card and random epic card. Epics are pretty much guaranteed to be perks if you manage to get one, and there's more rare perks than there are rare attack cards, which is great. Here you have all your attack cards in the game that you can use. -1, which is only used on defense missions when you're doing endless defense. With all your dynamite, which are commons, surprisingly. And then your spare HQ squads, should you not use them. There are a few I turned in for trading reasons, because I don't like them and I'm not using them. So, I'm currently testing out my current one. I used this a lot. It was pretty good. It's quite powerful because the medic will keep your unit slightly alive better. Especially if you stat out your assault and grunt to be hard to kill. Here you have a sergeant, which increases accuracy and damage, and then a grenade launcher behind that, so the grenade launcher is doing crazy amounts, plus any other units around it are getting the bonus, and then the grunts get the bonus as well there, in just base tank. The current one I'm using is grunts and some better snipers, so I like that. Missions. Basically rewards you do every day to get free stuff. I can get 10k there, then next is a common pack and get 15k munitions there. Next is more 15k, and I can get more build points eventually. And the harder mission to get off is kill 101 enemy units with paratroopers. It's harder than you think because paratroopers don't kill off too many units, and that includes like structures and people, so that's good. It's possible to get ones that are impossible to do. This one's just really hard to do. It's time consuming to try to get flamers to kill grunts. Same with this, it's just time consuming to get missiles to destroy bunkers. It's just time consuming and it's annoying. Here you have your alliance stuff. As you can see, there's my boy Cussman and all the other guys that are leaders here. You can see what our end rank was, which we were global rank 66, which is pretty good. I mean, we're doing what we can with what we have, you know? We're not the greatest yet. We're just pretty good, you know? I'm happy being high tier silver. You know? That's all I ever want. And here we have war. You have endless CPU defend, player versus player, and this is where you get your alliance battles, which is back up in 5 days, which is what I love. So here, you can check out your defense history, see who attacked you, what you got, if you want to retaliate. Retaliating is a bit hard to do. And you can also look at, and expired means you can no longer retaliate against those, which is okay. I don't really retaliate much anyways, but anyone failing to take out my base is a warm welcome. None of my replays aren't available, otherwise I'd show you some people hitting the base. So here you have anyone you can fight. There's the reload power that should be easy for you to stomp over. It's free, you don't get cards for it, you just get some munitions and EXP. First tier, bit harder for you to fight, still easy. Gives you 3 cards and some munitions. And the munitions total and the buy-in just keep going up and up and up as the rewards get better and better and better, and you get more EXP. And then here you have this higher difficulty people that you can eventually unlock, and you can also battle your friends, which is always fun. This is my clan leader. I don't know why his base isn't showing up, but I'm not attacking him. His base is stocked. Like, oh my god, that HQ squad sending out a rocket launcher, a medic, 5 rangers and a minigun. Oh man, that's scary. And he's got a bunch of purple cards. Oh yeah, that's what the one color is. It's blue. He's got some really high tier cards out there. It's crazy. And my buddy Nate. Don't know why it's showing perks he doesn't have. It's probably showing perks from him, oddly enough. And then we have my one friend who quit the game. And it wasn't his cup of liberty. It's whatever. And you have the rest of your friends. And that's, well, actually, before I do, I should probably do a little player versus player. Fight. No, I want to fight the weakest guy. Yeah, may as well. Yeah, I don't care. This is my setup currently. It's what I use. I like it. Don't buy this early access stuff. Just spend time, level up. The gold cost is not worth it. So let's just grab some missiles. Missiles are fun. And it allows me to get my objective done. And we'll hit move out, which sends us to the battlefield. When I level up, I will get an epic card pack and 20k mutations, which is pretty good. Next, I can get more veteran units, which is always nice too. Alright, so this is what it looks like when you start up. You get 3 free attack cards. It's great to grab those quick, and I recommend just sending out a line of grunts first. Just scout out, see what your enemy has, and then send out your better units. So he's got some walls there, trying to force me in certain areas. He's got a big pile of walls here, which I will hit with this. And bust a hole straight through the middle of his base. I will drop napalm here. Hopefully take that out. So that's starting to indirectly fire at us. And here comes his command card, which is a ton of grunts. So you can see what he was trying to do. Put that there. They'll distract his units. That's a decoy. Alright, so units died. I'll grab the medic first. More units died. Grab an engineer, grab a sniper, grab a grenade launcher. So put a focus fire on that steel and shoot that right now. And throw a missile at it. Oh wow, they took it out already. No objectives for me. This is a rally flag. It makes units run out of an area faster. So that anti-air, see it's going to aim at my missile. It's down now, so I can just throw that at his face for damage. And now I'm just going to pretty much wait it out as my units win. The AI is still kind of dirty when you're attacking. Like I've won defenses because their units just literally just decide to run backwards for some reason. So my boosts come in, it's giving me double quad stuff. Bit of a waste. That was on a 0 skull base, but what can you do? And that's pretty much guns up. It's attack and defense, and it's a large amount of strategy. You can tell your veterans where you want to go. You can upgrade stuff. Upgrading your base gives you more attack points and expands your field, which is mine is so big. Eventually, I think it stretches out to like about here-ish. I'm not sure, but it stretches out pretty far, which is nice. Why you would build your base in a canyon where there's only one entrance like this is beyond me. But, it is what it is. I mean, if they were smart, they'd come up here where that campfire is and just go pew, pew, pew from above, but